Good day, guys. As you all know me, as a mentor, Nasdaq Ninja. So, guys, if I can continue, can you please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified once I upload. So, guys, today I'm gonna just do a breakdown of the chart and see where is the market going and what is it that we can expect and what is it that we can actually trade, guys. Make sure that if you want to trade with the broker that I'm trading, guys, click the link in the bio, guys. Let's go. Let's see what the market has for us today, guys. Monday always moves good. Most of the people, they don't like trading on Mondays, but me, Monday always became the best days of trading. So let's go, guys. Let's see what the market has for us. As you can see, guys, we are already on the chart. We're going to actually analyze and see what the market has for us. So let's go and analyze, guys. We're gonna actually start with we decided to actually start with DXY. Understand? We're gonna start with DXY. I wanna be more on the market than on the data of the market. Because for the past 6 months I was on the data of the market. Understand? And what I'm saying is if you can check this was actually the buy we analyzed, and the market respected it and kept on pushing to the top. If you can check on the previous video where we had DXY, you're gonna understand. So I feel like on DXY we need to look forward to more of buying opportunities. You understand? Where we get buys, we start having like a confidence of a long term. But with this market, I understand that the market has to come back and touch the below side. So in most cases, a lot of people tend to not understand that there is a higher chances of the market coming back and charge to the below side. Understand? So one thing that I like, I just put the mic like this, and even if when I talk, you can hear me. Understand? But I just wanna like when I speak and hear myself very well. So if you can check at this point, it's a point of resistant. The market is actually resistant. It's resisting this certain place. Understand here? So it's a point of retest, whereby I believe that the market, due to the structure of the market is never everywhere. The market has to go up and down in order for it to accomplish a certain movement. Understand? So at this certain point, what I understand is, let me quickly get the trend line here. I understand that the market is going to respect this movement in a slightly way. Like, one of the beautiful thing in the market, it's how the market moves a touch here and then comes back here. So this is the right time for you to actually benefit on the shorts that are going to happen on DXY, if you're gonna be focused, because the matter in the market, it's you being focused and understand that this is what can actually happen. Most of the people ain't really that focused to understand that this can actually happen. Understand? But with this, I understand that the market then will decide to push to the top side. Remember, there's a weekly time frame, and there's when it happens, it's going to happen for too long. Understand? So we will try to look for the structure of the market in the top side, where basically it's possible for the market to reverse. So it's actually at this certain point here. But with me, guys, I'm gonna tell you, expect selling opportunities in no time here. Understand? At this certain point. And then we're gonna have our bullish trend coming through here. So it's just a matter of, if we break this, we know we have to complete the 90% rule. And then I'm gonna push to H4 and see what is it that I see. Still, I see the same thing. At this certain place, we need to wait for what is called inducement, where people are gonna be taken out. And once people are being taken out, we understand that from this point here, we're gonna be coming to the bottom side. Trust me, guys, I believe in this sell. So I'm gonna leave it here on H4 and start analyzing US30 and NAS 100. So if you can check, right, because these are zones, the market just touched the zone without us being actually looking forward to them. Understand? This was the buy we analyzed. We got staked. We milked, guys. They milked us. So I don't want to like reanalyze the market, because I already like analyzed with you guys on the previous video. The same setup is the same setup that we're gonna be using. Understand? So this, we might adjust a little bit so that we can give it a good touch. So the good touch, it's actually at this certain point. At least the second touch, if we can get a good touch there. The third touch, it's a -1. Understand? So if you can check here, it broke, but obviously it's an inducement, it will come back. So this is the right time for you to actually buy US30. This is the right time for you to buy US30. So I'm going to remove some few stuff here so that they shouldn't confuse us at all. Going to remove some few stuff. This is what I'm going to remove here. Remember, guys, every trade when you take, you have your own targets, your own stop losses, and once they hit, they make the whole thing invalid if you want to continue with the same setup. So I'm going to have like a beautiful setup here, a beautiful setup. Understand? And I like the fact that USDT touched the zone and DXY we're confirming a sell. This side we're confirming a buy. If it's like that, then it means we're gonna have a wonderful market that is coming. This shows possibilities of a beautiful market. And like I said, guys, I felt like this trend line was invalid, but well, you see where we at now. We are on a zone. So let me just remove everything. Just don't forget what I have analyzed. I just wanna focus most on what the outcome of this can be. So we're gonna create our current low, understand, and I need that trend line as well. I'm gonna push to the daily time frame. I need that trend line because it's the one that is going to guide me on what to do into the market, you understand? So this is the trend line here. You have to give it the good touch of it and don't miss it, understand? So this is beautiful. For me, it's super beautiful, guys. I just don't know for you. Understand the touch? It passed a little bit. Let's come back a bit. Yes, you see there. Beautiful. So the reason it's being so beautiful to me is because I understand that with this kind of structure, I have no reason to be selling at this point. I have most of the reason of me to be buying. I see a perfect buy and a big bullish to the top side. So from this point, I'm gonna put my stop loss there. Straight up, I know this is going to be my take profit. Simple thing. We have to repeat the same movement that we did here to the side. Understand? So we're gonna do this. This is the big movement that we have to be respecting. So my take profit, the most it could go, it will be this one. So this is beautiful. When the market moves like this, for me, it's beautiful, and I respect it when it's like this because it gives me that certain point whereby I understand that the market, it's like it's culture. You understand? The market is culture. It's art. These drawings are like art. You have to understand. If you don't understand them, then we have a bigger issue for you to be in this industry. You understand? So some could aim for the market to come and retest at this certain phase. At least if they are aiming for the market to buy, me and you is still good. This market once gave us a bigger movement here. We're expecting a big movement anytime today from this position. So that's how it is, guys. When you're trading this market thing, it's not the hardest thing. It's just that you're not giving yourself time to understand what you're actually trading. You understand? So it's so important to understand what you're trading. It's so important. Uh, my network just went offline, guys. I don't know what's going on. It might come back pretty short now. Yeah. Connecting using Wi-Fi. Trading with network, guys. I don't know why does it always stop during the process of trading. Like you be doing nothing, the market, the network is moving quite well. You start doing some things, that's why it start tracking. Understand? So at this point here, you see the trend line, it's not beautiful, and focusing on it will give us a lot of problems. So we're not gonna be focusing most on trend line. But what we can do, guys, we can just create waves and then they guide us on what actually is going on at this certain point. You understand? So you see, now we understand, okay, with the waves, this is the trend line that we have here. For me, it's beautiful. So it's something that is going to give us more confident. That's all we actually need from the market. Nonetheless, we need nothing, guys. We need the structure of the market and understand where are you going. You understand? So from here, guys, we might expect a little bit of playing around, but if you enter with the proper risk management, you're going to milk. You understand? So I'm gonna just do this and then look at the market at this level. So yeah, I can see it very well. I can see that the market it has a high. So the way I analyze, guys, I focus most on the biggest time frame. The last time frame they become so obvious. they become obvious. Let's push to Nasdaq and see what does Nasdaq have for us. We got milked as well here. I'm not gonna come here and say, hey, this and that we got it correct. No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. It's best to admit than to not admit. So the other thing that we have to realize here is that Nasdaq, yes, has higher chances of reversing from where it is. It has higher chances. I can't lie to you guys. You understand? It has a higher chances of reversing where it is. So people will get into the chart and just focus most on that, and we can get a beautiful pie from doing that. But it's always important to analyze from the highest time frame and see what is it that you actually see from this point. That's when you're gonna get a perfect entry point and a perfect trade. And whatever that is happening in LA affects the market very bad. You can see how USDT and Nasdaq is selling. You understand? And then here we have to have like a structure where we understand this is our zone. So the market has a higher probabilities of reversing to the top side. So that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. So I'm just gonna create places where the market touches, the market reverses. That's all easy, and we're gonna test it. So this is how it is, understand? And then we're gonna create a place as well here. So we're gonna forget about whatever that is happening in the below side because we are too far to the diagonal support, understand? But all we're gonna do is we're gonna create a trend line here that is going to guide us. So we have a major key here, you see, beautiful major key. So the major key actually has everything that we could inquire and require. So it has a retest, it has everything. So for now, I believe that the market will reverse just for DXY to get the structure correct. So from this point here, I think selling opportunities this year are going to be too much of them. They're gonna be there, understand? Because this is just a small movement for us to push to the top side, but we're not gonna be creating new highs here. I don't think so. So here we might have a higher probabilities of getting more buying opportunities. Let's do this. One thing I hate about the market, we've been looking for that sell. That sell came late, and it came earlier after it took us out, and then you wouldn't expect NFP to sell. Understand? So others got it correct. And congratulations to that, man. NFP is not the whole market, man. That doesn't mean you're gonna thrive and fall tomorrow just because you won one NFP. You still have to win in this market. You still have a long journey. So what are we gonna focus most on? Yes, we understand here we have a beautiful zone. We understand we have a beautiful zone. One thing I hate about throwing things on the highest time frame, like supports, and I hate the fact that there'll be big enough to not to confuse you on the chart. So I like to put them like this, understand? So that I understand. So at this point here, you see that the market have broke this point here, and this is an H4. So if you want to take buying opportunity, we'd rather be taking buying opportunities above it. So here it's confirming if it's going to sell or it's going to buy. But like I said, this is a buying opportunity phase. We're not gonna focus most on trading inducements. You can't trade the manipulation. We trade the direction of the market. So from this point here, we're gonna see, we're gonna start pushing it to the below side, just adjusting it because in the smaller time frame, it gave us a proper buy at this certain point. So we have a proper buy here. We have a proper buy here. So we're gonna just do this, and then we're gonna get our buy. So our buy, it's actually now. You just have to buy now. Then we're gonna push it to this point. So that's where we're gonna get the buy, guys. It's easy like that. We're gonna get the buy like that. Yes, we're going to have boundaries, but remember when I analyze, I don't focus most on this kind of movements whereby I know that we can reverse. No, I know we're gonna break and then we push to the top side. That's what I have in my head at the moment. So we understand here manipulation, and then now we're about to be making money. So that's how it is, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate your time, your effort. Let's go, guys.